Despite the challenges, African financial institutions are increasingly making their mark on the world stage. With the withdrawal of international competitors, this is an opportunity to expand on the continent and beyond. However, they must manage growing public debt, meet climate challenges, find new sources of financing, and adapt to changing regulations. The players in African finance are not turning their backs on these problems. They exchanged ideas for 2 days here in Lomé, Togo, during the Africa Financial Industry Summit. The African financial industry represents an opportunity worth $1.5 trillion, which governments and financial leaders are aiming to seize. In order to move forward quickly and effectively, regulations need to be taken into account, says Serge Ekoué from the West African Development Bank. This requires, first of all, regulation that provides a framework, which is the role of public authorities, but also of powerful players that are well endowed with capital and whose only interest is to seek out value. To create value, obtaining loans is essential, but in sub-Saharan Africa, borrowing on the international markets costs up to 2.1% more than elsewhere, placing a burden on the continent's governments. The rating agencies do not consider certain structural factors. If these factors were taken into account, the rating could improve. If this were in place and considered by the rating agencies, it could considerably reduce the risks attributed to Africa. Another system promoted by this finance summit is the tokenization of assets, transforming them into digital tokens that can be exchanged on the internet. We're talking about real estate capital that banks and insurers have that doesn't have the opportunity to be liquid, and if they were tokenized, the ownership would be fractional to allow the population to participate, which will bring a huge volume of liquidity. Another major topic is cyber insurance, which is arousing keen interest among African insurers in the face of almost 2,000 cyber attacks a week. Insurance operators, including regulators and reinsurers, need to think about the appropriate products to bring to this sector, but also how they can be responsive, and how information should be shared in this industry to ensure that we provide a quality offering to respond to these cyber attack and cybersecurity problems. In just 3 years, the summit, organized by Join AFRICA, has become a major event, bringing together over 800 leaders in African finance, including bankers, insurers, regulators, and public decision-makers.